Alrighty. Try to see. Make sure that everything is working. For some reason I don't have my chat box, but whatever. Hope everybody's doing well. Right now I'm just making sure everything is working as it should. Yep, it's working. Alright. Let me check. And it's working on there. For some reason, I can't change. I'm trying to change the settings. It's not allowing me to. Anyway, what's up, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. I'm having still some technical difficulties with my setup, but I am streaming now on multiple platforms, which I'm actually hype about. For some reason, I don't have my chat box. For some reason, I don't have my chat box for all my, streaming platform. But I do got TikTok, so I can still see everybody, how everybody's doing and everything. There seems to be a little lag, which I'm not too happy with, but you know what? I will tolerate for right now. Let me see something. This is what I get for messing around with stuff. Let me see. Doc stats. Alrighty, I'll take that. Let me see. If I do a reset docs to see if that. Nope. Let me see. Stats, control, scenes. Here we go. Theme chat. Alright, I got that up. Alright, so that's working. I got Steam's chat, so hopefully that shows every avenue of where I'm streaming at. So how's everybody? Happy Tuesday. I've actually been hooked on. Open my window because it is freaking hot in here. I actually been hooked on playing Human Revolution. Right here. Here we go. I've been hooked on playing this game. Not gonna lie, I've been having a blast with playing this game and going through the whole just going through the whole motions of playing this game. And I'm gonna probably play this game straight through, and then I'm gonna go to the sequel. What is it? Mankind Divided, which I do have as well. Right here. I still got the sequel actually sealed. Now, I beat this one many years ago. I don't remember beating this one. What Fox games you got? I don't understand about which Fox games. What do you mean? Like, what type of games I have? How many games? Like, I have 800 and something games. If you don't know how many games I have 884? No, 842, sorry, video games that I have right now. So, and I also, that's in counting too. And also I picked up some new ones. One of the big new ones I picked up is actually up here. And that will be my Gears of War Collector's Edition. I just picked this up actually last weekend. It was part of that bundle where I brought like 30-something games for $100, and it came with this bad boy. So that's one of the games that I'm playing, that I got recently actually. Then another game I got recently, like I said, Heavily 360. These are all the other games I got recently. And yes, I do have Twin Snakes right here. I tell everybody, be careful when you get Twin Snakes because it suffers from heavy disrupt. And Prototype, of course, I got Prototype. I got both of them, Prototype 1 and Prototype 2. There's still some lag, so because I'm not really using the one that I want to use. I want to get my Streamlabs up. I'm using OBS right now, so bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Twin Snakes is not bad. You just got to be careful because those games suffer from disrupt. So you just got to be careful that, you don't got one that's heavily more advanced stage of disrupt. These are some of the games I picked up recently. One of them would be Half-Life. The other one will be Spy Hunter 2. Next one, Drake, of 99 Dragons, Serious Sam, and Fully Complete, Dead or Alive. 99 Nights, people don't have. I don't have 99 Nights. I do have. Yeah, I don't have 99 Nights, unfortunately. That's the one for the 360, right? I remember seeing 99 Nights for the 360. I just want to make sure that's the same one for the 360. I could be wrong. But those are some of the games I picked up. I also picked up, where is it? Some 360 games as well. But mostly it was heavy, like, I said, original Xbox. So I have a lot, like, for instance, all these. Some more pickups, original Xbox. And Last of Us, I do have it, but I only have the PS3 port of The Last of Us. I have no intentions of getting any more ports, because I feel like they're trying to make this more like Skyrim and re-release this game every freaking console generation, which I'm not buying every single console generation of The Last of Us. Some more Xbox pickups, Unreal 2, Midnight Club 2, X-Men Legends 2, and then last, Spy vs. Spy. This is one that everybody said I should have got, and this is one of them I got. I don't have Glover, but I do have God of War 3. Now, I got God of War 3, the remaster for the PS4, but I also have God of War 3, if I can come down here. Let me see. I have God of War 3 for the PS3 as well. As soon as I remember when I put it, because it was... Oh, here we go. I also got it for the PS3 as well. So I got God of War 3 twice. Then I also got the HD collection of God of War 1 and 2. So, I definitely got God of War covered. I got the God of War situation covered, definitely. No, don't push you right there. Astro Boy I don't have. I'm not a big fan of Astro Boy. Like I said, I try to collect games that I know I'm going to play, I'm going to enjoy. And Astro Boy ain't one of those games that I really want to play. Neither is Speed Racer. Now, Battlefield 2042... I do want to get that. Unfortunately, I don't. I got Battlefield 2, 4, and then Bad Company. That's one I don't have. I do want to get Battlefield 2042, though. Or, I don't know. That one seems like a good Battlefield. I may try to get that digitally. Rampage, I do have. Let me see. Rampage. Yep, here we go. Nope. Wrong one. Wait a minute. Oh, got it. Rampage. So this is Rampage for the N64. This is actually a real fun one. Rampage 2, Universal Tour. I used to play this a lot with my kids because they love playing with giant monsters and stuff like that. So this is definitely a good one. It runs really good on the N64 too. This is a real good N64 game. And also, if you like that one, I don't have Quake. I don't have older games that are mostly just for like you don't can play online. Because if the servers are down and you can't really enjoy it, I didn't like the one I kind of tolerated was Unreal Championship. Just because, I don't know, I was just a big fan of this back in the day. But stuff like Quake and stuff like that, if you gotta play online, I won't play. But Frontline, I do got. So, Frontline. Oh, right here. Frontline, I do have that. It was actually really not a bad game. Oh, another game I picked up is a sealed, this is still sealed copy of Headhunter Redemption. Brand new still. This is really cool. I want to open it and play it, but I don't know. Like I do have the first Headhunter for the PS2. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Headhunter, Tenshu, right there, Revolver. There you go. And I do have the first Headhunter for the PS2, so I would love to actually play the one for the sequel for the Xbox. And to me, these games play better on the Xbox than the PS2. That's just me. That's just me. Call of Duty 4 and Killzone. So I have Killzone. I'm going to do the two newer ones. Killzone 2 and 3. And I also got Killzone 1. Somewhere in the mix of games. But what was the other game? Call of Duty 4. So which one is Call of Duty 4? Because I have Black Ops, Call of Duty, Mass Warfare 1, 2, and 3. There's so much Call of Duties. Half-Life now. That's another game I recently picked up. I picked up Half-Life 2. I do have Half-Life 1 though. Let me see. Here we go. I do have Half-Life 1. And as well, I do have Half-Life 2. And I got the orange box as well. So I got almost a full, complete story of Half-Life. Well, semi-Half-Life. I got the first Half-Life, Half-Life 2, and then Half-Life the orange box is actually really good. I'd rather play the orange box for Half-Life 2 because the graphics are better. But it doesn't run bad on the Xbox, though. This is a good way to play it. So, got Half-Life covered as well. which a lot of people don't know is Half-Life was released from the PS2. So that's also another good thing, a little tidbit. A lot of people didn't know that. So let me just share this video real quick to my normal people that I normally share it to. All right, shared it out. Like I said, I'm still working on my setup. It's better now. So now I'm streaming on 3 platforms. I'm streaming on Twitch, I'm streaming on YouTube, and I'm streaming on TikTok. Now, when it comes to the whole chat thing, I got to figure that out because right now I'm on the chat I'm able to see is TikTok, which could be a problem. GTA 4 and Metal Gear. So I got GTA 4, Liberty City Stories that comes with all the DLCs. And then for Metal Gear, I already showed Twin Snakes. I got 2 and I got Substance. Substance is like the director's cut of 3. And then if you want more Metal Gear, which I definitely do own, I got the Metal Gear HD collection. Thank you, man. Metal Gear Metal Gear 4, Rising, Phantom of Pain, and then Legacy. One thing about Legacy, if you want to get it, make sure you get Legacy new because a lot of the other games are like codes. So if the codes are used, you can't redeem them. Puppeteer I don't have. I do have GTA 3. I'm gonna show you the best port of GTA 3. That's to me. That's gonna be on the original Xbox because this look really good to this day on the original Xbox. Then for Budokai Tenkaichi. Now you're setting me off. I do not collect the Tenkaichi series. The Budokai series to me is a lot better than the Tenkaichi series. One reason why, transformations actually mean something. If you transform the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, your stamina bar drops faster, but you have more power. Super Saiyan 2, you have more stamina, but your power is not as strong, obviously, as Super Saiyan 3. So the pros and cons are actually transformation, which gives you a little bit more strategy. While freaking Budokai Tenkaichi, you already transformed, you already picked the character in their transformed state. No real fun. Like, I remember tournaments where people would use Goku, power up to Super Saiyan 3 to do a move. After the move is done, they would depower down back to Super Saiyan 2 or even Super Saiyan to preserve their energy. Like, there's actually pros and cons of that. That's why I like Tenkaichi way better. Midnight Club, I actually did pick up a new Midnight Club, actually. And that would be Midnight Club 2. Where is it? I just had it out. Where the hell's Midnight Club? I just literally just had it. Half-Life, Spy Hunter, Serious Sam, Ultimate Spider-Man. Anyway, I'm going to show the dub edition. I just had Midnight Club 2 out. I don't know what happened to it, but I do have Midnight Club Dub Edition, Los Angeles, which is actually really... You know what's funny? I'm not a big Midnight Club fan, but I do play it. Where the hell is my Midnight Club 2? I literally just have... Oh, is it up here? Yeah, right here. Midnight Club 2. I know I had it somewhere. And as well, fully complete. Fully complete. One cool thing, right? I gotta say, about my Half-Life. Half-Life 2. It comes with a little extra. So it comes with the actual receipt. This is the original receipt to the guy who brought it. He brought it on November 22nd, 2005. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see. Let me lower the light so you can see. Yeah. He brought it 2011. 2005. I thought that was a real cool Easter egg to actually have the original receipt. I thought that was really cool. Like, the guy actually, like, I always love little time capsules like that. I actually got another time capsule with my Doom. This is Doom 3. And, of course, it comes with another receipt. But this receipt is actually from Blockbuster. So they brought Doom 3 from Blockbuster. And they brought it for $54. They brought it at, let me see. They brought it on the 4th. Let's say January, February, March, April. They brought it April 3rd, 2005. You probably can't see it because of the light, but they paid $54. And they brought it in Belrose, New York. Wow. Like I said, receipts in video games, I always love. It's like a mini time capsule. And then it's like, once I see that there's this original receipt in a video game, it's hard for me to sell it after that. And now I want to keep it. Just because it's like a time capsule. But yeah. So yeah, those are some of the games I picked up. The 360 games I picked up. Let me see if I can find one. Oh, actually, there's more. There's actually more Xbox games that I picked up. Where are they? Picked up Dragon's Lair. Oh, here we go. One of the ones I picked up was Dragon's Lair. This is actually a real fun game. This is not regular Dragon's Lair where you just like go along with the story. You just hit one button. This is actually one where you actually control the character. Dragon's Lair 3D. Return to the lair. This is actually a good one, and the guy brought it. This thing is super clean. And I always wanted to play Dragon's Lair. Smash Bros. Brawl was a great game, but damn, it was slow. It wasn't slow. Like, hold on. Sorry, I just saw that. It wasn't slow. Smash Brothers Brawl, where is it? I do have it. Smash Brothers Brawl, Smash Brothers Second Opinion, Rabbits Go Home. Here we go. It was kind of slow, but I like the storyline. The storyline actually made it good. That's another one I liked. I love the storyline when it came to this. Favorite Super Nintendo game? Actually, I think my favorite Super Nintendo game would have to be, hold on, the Power Rangers. And the reason why this one is not like a regular fighting game, it's like an action platformer. And I like how you start. Yo, what's up, Buttons and Beams? How you doing? I'm doing great, man. Just trying to do my live. My legs busted. That's why you see me hopping around and stuff. Yo, everybody follow Buttons and Beams. His content, he has to, like, yo, his content is very interactive. Definitely check out his collection. He has an awesome Nintendo Switch collection. But like I said, this is my favorite Super Nintendo game because it's just good. I just like how to play. I just like the storyline was good, and I like the fact that it's like a platformer. Back before Blockbuster busted. Yeah, I know. SmackDown vs. Raw I don't have no Kirby games. I'm not a big fan of Kirby at all. Which I know a lot of people might say something, but I'm not a big fan of Kirby. But I do have SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 and 2011. So, do have that. And then for The Last of Us PS3, I do have it. And like I said, I'm only collecting The Last of Us for the PS3 only. I'm not going to get The Last of Us for the PS4, Last of Us for the PS5. I'm not doing all that. Because they're trying to make The Last of Us another Skyrim. Like, how many times are they going to keep releasing this game? This game is going to get re-released on the PS6. I bet you. Watch. Mark my words. That game's going to get re-released on the PS6. So, Dragon Ball Z, Legacy Warriors, and Game Boy Color. I don't have a lot of Game Boy Color games, and I don't have that one. I do have 2 Game Boy Color games, Wario Land, and then if you see on the back, I have. All right, I gotta make this light lighter because that light is way too bright, so you can't really see nothing. Men in Black. Why is the light? I might just turn the light off completely. Anyway, but I do have some GBA games of Dragon Ball Z. Legacy of Goku 1. Alright, this light definitely may have to come off because it's way too bright. It's hard to pick up. Here we go. Legacy of Goku. Legacy of Goku 2. And then for shits and giggles, Dragon Ball GT. So I do have some Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku. Alice Managed Return I don't have, but I do have San Andreas. Right here. And not my favorite one out of the bunch. My favorite one is 3, but I do have San Andreas. And I also have, I'm going to just turn the camera real quick. If you're like, I don't know how many people remember writing cheat codes on loose leaf paper. So my friend wrote some cheat codes on loose leaf paper and I had to frame it and stuff like that. It was just pretty cool. Let me bring the camera back to where it belongs. And there we go. Oh, man. I don't have Alice Magic. I don't have Alice Magic Return. Wario Land was this shit. Never played Men in Black. Lazy Goku. Wario Land is really good. I actually got the Game Boy Color with Wario Land for $30. And Men in Black, to me, it's not a great game per se, but if you're a big fan of the television series, the cartoon series, this is what this one is based off of. Unlike the other ones, like kind of based off the movie. And yeah, Legacy of Goku series was awesome. I gotta get the 3rd one in the series. It's called Bull's Fury. It's the 3rd one in the Legacy of Goku series. They just changed the name. So like for instance, Legacy of Goku 1 goes up to the Frieza Saga. Legacy of Goku 2 go up to the Cell Saga. And then Bull's Fury obviously go up to the Buu Saga. So that's another one I gotta get. I'll get that one eventually. Since I'm on my Game Boy Advance, I do have some other games to show, like Pokemon Fire Red, Kids Next Door, which is not really my favorite. I could show you. Well, it's not the really. This is like my whatever section. But I do have my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh game, ever made was Sacred Cards. This one you actually play through the Battle City storyline, which is actually pretty cool. Let me put down. Please text me. There we go. Sorry, everybody. Yeah. So, like I said, I'm really liking the setup. My lighting is I'm still working on my lighting, and I didn't feel like setting up my external lighting. Your boy's being lazy. So, eventually, I'll set up my external lighting to make it a little more better. Sorry, I'm still. Normally, I want to turn on. I want to be using the ring light. I was using external lighting, but you know, I'm still working on it. Yeah, the cartoon series. The cartoon series was really, really good. Let me just make sure I can see. Wow, why is it not? There we go. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to see the chat. There we go. Hold on. There we go. Boom. All right, there we go. The last one was Boo. Yeah, the last one was Boo's Fury. That was the last one in this series of Legacy of Goku series. So it was Legacy Goku 1, Legacy Goku 2, then Boo's Fury. I don't know why they do that. They have a name, like a theme, and then all of a sudden they decide to change the name. They did the same thing for what's that game? Transformers, the War of Cybertron and the Fall of Cybertron. And then the third game was made by another publisher. It was supposed to be a third game in the series they called Devastation, where they actually get to Earth. But these are really good games because they actually shows you how they got to Earth and how like the war happened in Cybertron and when Cybertron fell and they were actually fleeing Cybertron. So this is actually a really good game. Those two are really good. And like I said, got some new collector's editions. Still kind of working on the setup. No idea that they changed it. Great game though. Yeah, they did. So so the Transformers series, they came out with a third game, but they actually changed it and called it the Legacy of Goku series. You know what? Let me do this because now if I'm gonna get chats over there, I can do that, and then I can do this. 1 second, guys. See if I can make it bigger. Boom. I know I probably should have preset this up, but you know. Your boy's learning. But yeah, Halo 2 I do have. So I have the OG Halo 2. And Halo 2 was a good one, but it wasn't really my favorite. My favorite one out of all of them was going to be Halo Reach. Because you know they lost that Reach, but you don't know how badly. But Halo 2 was actually a really good game and one of my favorite games out of the bunch. Yeah, this is actually a really good game. And mine is also fully complete with the little extra guard. I don't know what the hell this is, but it's fully complete. Then, since you talked about Halo, I can show you my little mini Halo collection if I can grab it. There we go. So, starting real quick with Halo. See right here. Halo Reach, Halo Wars, Halo DST, Halo 3, and Halo 4. And then the anniversary of Halo 1, which is just Halo 1, just updated graphics. Then my favorite again, Halo Reach. So, that's my little Halo collection. Put you back. Then, of course, I have Halo, the Master Chief collection, and I got Halo 5 Guardians. Which Guardians is actually a really good Halo. The fact you get to play as Blue Team. And if you read the books, this was a really good game. I did play, Mech Assault. So I have played Mech Assault 2. I played the first Mech Assault. But I have the second one, which is weird. I never played the second one growing up. But I used to play the first one online. This was like one of the first games that came online with the original Xbox. It was that, and I forgot the other game. And this was actually a fun game to play on the Xbox Live. I remember playing this back in the day on Xbox Live with the headset. It was actually really cool. This is a cool little game to play on Xbox Live back in the day. Like, so it was almost as cool as playing NBA 2K back in the day. Now remember, the Dreamcast was one of the first systems that came out with a modem. So you was allowed to go online, just plug and play. And it was on free online service. Yes, it had its little hiccups, but this was actually a really good game, really fun game to play. And I remember you could actually go to a park and play 21 with your friends. And there's really like no time clock. There's no set, like, it'll just keep track of the points and y'all just play 21 or however you want to play. This was actually a really good kind of. This game was really ahead of its time, to be honest with you. And now they're actually doing that like on the regular. But back then, you had the ability to do that, which was actually really cool. You should have done the room dual record and pull all your stuff. Should have done a room decor. I don't understand that. I mean, like a room review or show off my room. I could have did that. It's just a little messy in here because, like I said, I'm still doing a couple projects and I need to clean up this room, to be honest with you. But what I could do is show you this. So that right there is my 2000 and 90s and 2000 shelf. You see, I got a phone from Radio Shack. It was actually the original Radio Shack phone that actually works. That's what you heard ringing before because it's linked to my cell phone. Then over here, I have an original Tamagotchi, 1998 Tamagotchi, an original Sidekick. How many people remember Sidekick back in the day? This little right here is from It's from what's it? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Secrets of the Ooze. Original Pokedex, an original Polaroid camera, Silver Express, and then a TV guide right there. And those who like Fifth Element, remember Lilu Dallas Multipass. And then over there, you see I have some handhelds. So, yeah. I do have some bangers. I really got to work on this lighting. Next stream, I'm putting my light. I'm putting my external light on. Let me see. Yeah, to renovate your room, the bright walls doesn't look as expensive. The walls, listen, I like the walls how they are. The collection is probably worth 3,000 plus, maybe as well. My collection actually worth more than that, and I like the color of the room. I picked this color of the room because it makes the room look bigger than what it is, and I like the lights. I didn't want it too dark, so this color actually worked out. It actually took me about a month to pick the colors for this room, and I was really iffy off and on. And this is the color that I actually ended up picking, and I actually enjoyed it. I redid this room multiple times, but this one I actually gutted the whole room and I redid it paint wise. So probably needs a couple of touch ups here and there. It's probably due for that because that was like almost 2 years ago since I did it. But yeah, then like let me see if you look like on this wall over there, you see I have the Steel Battalion controller over there. That wall, some peripherals like some stuff from video games, Halo Energy Sword, and Ace of Spade, and then over here is where all the consoles and stuff live and everything like that. And up here is some of my inbox peripherals and stuff like that. Nothing crazy. And then in that corner is my collectibles, so like my retro toys and stuff like that. That's in that corner. Keep forgetting this thing is on a widescreen mode. So yeah. Lone Wolf something. Yeah, it was Mecha Lone Wolf. The other consoles I have, so I have a Nintendo Wii, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo Junior, Dreamcast, Xbox Halo Edition, Sega Saturn, PS2, 360, PS3, GameCube, Pokemon N64, and Nintendo Switch. Then on that wall, you saw I have a PS5 and an Xbox Series X. So it's like 15 consoles connected to that TV. So yes, I have quite a bit of consoles. Let me fix this wire real quick because it's driving me crazy, especially if I'm trying to move this camera around. So yeah, got about 15 consoles or so. Plus I got about, let me see, like 6 to 7 handhelds as well. Then up here, if you see above my head, is all my inbox. Let me see if this can reach without overextending the wire. So right up there, you can see I have, let's see, Turbo Man and all my collector's editions right there as well. Back right there. Gaming PC set as well. You can emulate all of them. You could, but the problem is, yeah, I do have Dreamcast. As you can see, one of my favorite Dreamcast games is Marvel vs. Capcom 2. One of the ones, to me, it was the better port of the game. That was just my opinion. One thing about having a gaming PC and emulation is not bad, but the problem with emulation is if you get bad ports of the game, you're gonna have a terrible experience. I'm not against emulation because I do have an arcade one-up machine that's pretty much just an emulator. But, you know, like I said, time and place for everything. I do have I actually got some bangers for Dreamcast, actually. One of my favorite games of all time is SimU. This is one of the first JRPGs I ever beat, and it's one of my favorite ones. Like, literally one of my favorite JRPGs. And I feel like I should just bite the bullet, stop being lazy, and turn on this other extra light because it is looking really mighty dark in here. And that's what I'm going to do. Got my extra light right here, guys. I'm just going to stop being lazy. and hook up my extra lighting because it is dark in here and I'm not liking the quality. So let me just put this on and extend this. Sorry, I know I should have done this before, but you know what? That's what happens when you're lazy. Alright, extend this a little bit more. Perfect. Oh, I'll tell everybody, if you're going to get lighting from Amazon, just be careful which one you get. This one is not the best. It does its job, but you can see it's very wobbly. Very, very wobbly. I'm not a big fan of that. Alright, let's see if this helps the lighting a bit. It should. It should. I mean, it's really good when it comes to that. Alright, boom. And let there be light. Let there be better lighting, because that lighting sucks. There we go. Alright. Let me try to make it broad as possible. Alright, that's better. Much, much better. Much better. I don't know. Yeah, like Simu was actually one of my favorite games. I actually know it was a good game as well. It's actually for the Sega Saturn called Dark Savior. This is one of those games that was never re-released on any other console but the Sega Saturn. Now, this game was kind of ahead of its time. The reason why I said that is, depending on how fast you complete the first stage, will dictate what type of story you're going to have. I believe this game got 3 stories, and depending on how fast or how slow you beat the first stage, depending on what story you get. So this game actually has multiple play time, multiple replay value, and is a platformer fighting game. It's actually a really good, really fun story as well. Dark Savior is actually, they deserve a remaster. I'm really shocked that they didn't do that. Kind of up there in price right now on the Sega Saturn, but it's a good one. Then, for JRPGs as well for Sega Saturn, can't say, no, this is about to talk about Skies of Arcadia. Skies of Arcadia is an awesome freaking game. Very, very fun game. Very awesome game to play on the Sega Dreamcast. Like I said, I'm a big Sega fan. Like, I have tons of Sega fans. Actually, if you watch the podcast that I do called Fumble's Retro Podcast, you'll actually catch on me talking about Sega versus Nintendo on episode 2 of the Retro Podcast. Sorry, episode 3 of the Retro Podcast, where I have a co-host, Sancho the Goat, and we just talk about Sega versus Nintendo. One of the games he put up that he said was a big must for Sega was Michael Jackson Moonwalker. Like, this is another great game. Now, another thing about Michael Jackson Moonwalker, depending on the port, or depending on the version of Michael Jackson Moonwalker you have, the first ports of the game, you got all the songs of Michael Jackson Moonwalker. Then the second release, they took out a lot of songs, and there's just a lot of repeats. So it's hard to tell which one you have. Like, we have the first wave, you get in the game with a lot of his songs. If you have the second wave, you only get in a few. This is a reproduction, so it has all his songs, which is great. So now each stage has its own song, versus if you buy one, you don't know which kind of generation you have. So that's actually a little fun little tidbit that I did. Yeah, Skies of Arcadia, like I said, it's a great freaking game. Let me see. I don't know why it's not allowing me to. Hold on. There we go. I can make it shorter. And there we go. Now I can see everything. All right, man. Yo, later, Moon. Thank you for... Oh, no, I read that wrong. Best JRPG. I'm going to go with... Yeah, Simu was a great game. And I think a lot of people said that Simu 3 was a bad game only because it didn't allow you... Like, this game was ahead of its time. Let's be honest. The stuff you was allowed to do in this game, go to literally... Every NPC felt like alive. You know, like, this guy's walking home from work to be with his family. Or, like, the times that date mean anything. Because they actually see him closing down shop. Or you could play a game inside of a game. Or just listen to music. Like, this game was so far ahead of its time. Then by the time Simu 3 came out, the world caught up to what Simu was at. So now all the features that was in this game are now standard across the board. So, that's why I think Simu 3 kind of failed. Plus... they were trying to do too much when they did the whole Kickstarter thing. I feel like they did a little bit too much and went a little too far, but you know what? I'm going to play this game. I haven't played Simu 3 fully yet. Like, I played 2 and I played 1 and I beat it. I got 3. Eventually, I'm going to play that and beat that one as well. So that's going to be the next one on the block that I'm going to beat. But, definitely that. And then, let me see, there's also another JR. Oh, where is it? Wild Arms F, another great JRPG. So Wild Arms F is actually the remaster of Wild Arms 1, but it has Wild Arms 3 mechanics and graphics. So you get the Wild Arms 3 mechanics and graphics with the story of Wild Arms 1. This is a real good RPG. If you like the whole steampunk vibe, this is actually a really good one. Then I also remember when I picked up one of the ones that have been eluding me for mad long, and that's Xenogears. This one is one of the most expensive games on the PS1, but one of the hardest ones to find. I remember I worked real hard to finally get this. I was so hyped I finally was able to pick this up. Like, then, you know, as well, we got the staples. Parasite Eve 1 and 2. You just gotta have these games. I mean, they're expensive, but you know what? You just gotta have them. Let me just do some more sharing real quick. Let me see. And oops. Alright, there we go. So, that's it. That's something that, you know, I actually really have. Let me see. What else? Oh, the people that are new to my lives, this is my N64 controller collection. I'm a big fan of the N64, and I love the Fantastic series. Back in the day, in the 90s and 2000s, everything was see-through. And these are some of the ones that was see-through, and these are some of my favorite ones. Most of the favorite ones would actually be Extreme Green. Was actually one of the most expensive ones out of the bunch, besides the Pokemon Edition one. And I think the Pokemon Edition one is probably one of the most expensive ones out of the whole bunch. So, yeah. And then, yeah. Since now I got this stream working and it's doing the multiple platforms, I probably am going to end up, I got to get a longer cord, number one, for the camera, so I can actually span around and actually do some actual walking around the room. I think people will like that. And like I said, I'm going to start streaming on multiple platforms, which I'm going to really enjoy doing that. And yeah, so hope everybody's doing good. Everybody's joined there Tuesday, guys. It's almost one more week. Well, about a week and a half to Thanksgiving, guys. Like, that's going to be, I know everybody's looking forward to Thanksgiving and eating, because I know I am. What else? Did I pick up? Oh, yeah. I was supposed to show up the Xbox 360 games I picked up. I did pick up a few. Let me see if I can find them. Oh, yeah, right here. So I picked up, are they all right here together? Yes, they are. Oh, one more. So, 360 games that I picked up. The best one was the purple. Oh, that's the purple one. The Atomic Purple. Yeah, I got that one. That was like one of the standard ones that came with the Xbox N64 back in the day. This was a standard controller. And only this, Jungle, and forgot what other ones actually came with the console. Because some of them did not come with, like Extreme Green didn't come with the actual console with the color. So only a few did have one. I think also the orange didn't either. But definitely the purple, I think the blue, Jungle Green for Donkey Kong, and that's it. As well, so these are the 360 games that I picked up. So Round of Rip, what's it, Xbox Arcade, so it has a couple arcade games and stuff like that, Polka, Geometry Wars, stuff like that. This is actually a really good pickup. Finally got SS Tricky, guys. I know everybody keeps saying you gotta get SS Tricky, Well, guess what? I finally got SS Tricky. I picked up a regular tennis game, because even though I'm not a big tennis player, I do enjoy playing tennis. On game, not in real life. Picked up Conan. So this is based on Conan the Barbarian, and I don't know, something I wanted to try out. Then I did pick up Perfect Dark. Now, I'm not a big fan of Perfect Dark at all, but you know what? I got that out of that bundle. And if I don't know if you can see right here, this is a Blockbuster exclusive, which is actually pretty cool. Grand Slam. The red one, so the red one actually had a console for it. What do they call this red one again? I forgot what was the name of the red one. Every one of them had their like crazy names, like Atomic Purple, Ice Blue, Extreme Green, Jungle Green. So, and then last but not least, you got Indiana Jones Lego, and then Kung Fu Panda in the back. Was actually Kung Fu Panda was a fun game to play. All right, put you back here where y'all belong. And do I see any other games that I got recently out of that bundle? Let me see. I think that was it. Yep, that was it. It was mostly heavily, it was heavily, what I was going to say, it was heavily Xbox 360. So it's a mix of those 3 games. Huh, boy, I really did mess up my freaking leg, man. Oh, somebody early in the chat, somebody said Twin Snakes, right? Which I do have. But I tell everybody, you got to be careful when it comes to Twin Snakes. Because if you look right here, Twin Snakes, the GameCube port suffers from disc rot. These discs, almost all, if not all, quite a lot of them, all suffer from disc rot. It's a common thing with this. Something where they coated the Twin Snake disc with causes it. And everybody know that is in the front. And I remember when I actually brought freaking Twin Snakes, I messed around and ended up buying it online. And that's how I got stuck with it. It sucked that I got stuck with it, but you know what? It is what it is. So a second, just checking my chat. Hopefully I don't have a strike like I normally always get. Give me 1 second. Just verify that I don't have no strike or nothing. Because it seems like lately I might be getting strikes. No, I'm good. I think I am anyway. Alright. We'll see what happens. Right now I'm good. Right now I'm good. Alright. Moving on. Dreamcast also follows suit when it comes to the color controllers. And you see they got black, blue, green. They also released a Hello Kitty pink that was only released in Japan. And they got a yellow. So they actually follow suit with the whole fantastic color controllers. Then I think after the Dreamcast generation, it kind of stopped with the color controllers. And they did come out with some aftermarket color controllers. But like, you know. Yes, I do play Switch. I actually got quite a few Switch games. I'm going to grab this bundle right here. I'm just going to grab this bundle. It's easy for me to grab. So right up for it, Seafood. Luigi Mansion 3. Live Alive. Aquaplash Traveler 1 and 2. Of course I dropped the game, because why would I not drop the game? Let me grab this bunch. We'll grab this bunch now. Surviving the Aftermath. Doom Classic Collection. This is the one by Limited Run that has Doom 1, 2, and 3, and 3 with the DLC. This one runs really smooth. No More Heroes 2. No More Heroes 1. Wish Your Wild Hunt Complete Collection. Sorry, Complete Edition. This comes with all the DLCs. Link's Awakening. Scout Program. Sorry, this is South Park Snow Day. Sorry. This is Scout Program versus the World. This is kind of one of those games that you don't see that often on the Switch. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Rayman Legends, one of the first games I have. And then this one is going to be Doom 2016. So that's when they redid the whole Doom franchise and stuff. You know what? I'm just going to show off the whole collection because I only got one more bundle right here. Alright. Neo, The World Ends With You. This is actually a remaster from the one from the PS, I think the Nintendo 3DS. This is actually a remaster of that one. Plus, as well, this is actually the sequel to an anime. There was an anime called The World Ends With You, and this is actually the unofficial season 2. Deathmark, great horror novel game. This is a novel style game, but very good, very scary. I love how they play, how they use the sound and the story and the art. It's an amazing game. Deathmark 2, a little more involved, more walking around and stuff like that. I haven't gotten into this one yet. That's why this one is sealed. But as soon as I finish the first one, I'm getting into that one. Zelda, what's this? Tears of the Kingdom, the sequel to, what was the other one? Zelda, I forgot it, but, you know, I had to get it. Which one up? Darkness. So this is the Darksiders Warhammer. I actually enjoyed the first one, and I liked the story. Hopefully we get a complete ending, like another game in this series for this. Tales from Ashura, one of the most rare games on Nintendo Switch, one of the most expensive ones. This is actually a really good story. And this is from the Collector's Edition, which I do own right there. And this is an awesome JRPG, guys. The Legend of Heroes series, the Trails from Zero is my favorite one, which I do own. Let's Go Pikachu. Pokemon Scarlet was actually a decent game. Like, I love the fact that there was multiple stories going on. You actually felt like you was in a Pokemon game. You actually felt like you was in a Pokemon world, which was really cool. Really, really cool. Trails from Ravine. So this is like the ending of all 3 of the Legend of Heroes series, and they all collab in this one game. I haven't had a chance to pop this one in, but it's coming. Then my favorite JRPG out of all of them, Trails from Zero. This story was amazing. The combat was amazing. This was a great story. Very funny. Very, very great story. And then South Park, Fracture But Whole. I mean, come on. You gotta love South Park. This is a great freaking game. And that's it for the Nintendo Switch collection. Like I said, it may not be a lot, but it is mighty. Nintendo Switch 1. Nintendo Switch 1 is one of my favorite consoles to collect for. Always have been. And, you know, since we're on that theme of showing some games off, you know what? Let me show off. Alright, so I started collecting for the Nintendo Switch, sorry, Nintendo Wii, but I'm collecting specific titles. Where's the teacher bed, or that's just a collection room? This is just my room. This is my game room. There's no bed in here. This is my personal game room that I come in here de-stress. This is just the game room / my work studio when I do my videos and stuff like that. I edit videos in here. I make my videos in here. And I come in here and chill. This is my little sanctuary in my house. So talking about, let's say, Nintendo Wii collection, I have Xenoblade, Rabbids Go Home, which is my favorite game on the Wii, Rabbids Rayman, which is alright. Then I got Zelda Wind Waker, Zelda Skyward Sword, and Zelda Twilight Princess. Not a big fan of Zelda games on Nintendo Wii. I think I just got them just to get them. Bleach Shattered Sword, this is a great combat game. I like how you can use your style. I like how you flip the wrong way, use your Bonkai. Not a bad game. Then I got Trauma Center, New Blood, and Trauma Center 2. Second Opinion. This is actually a really good series, especially with the whole medical stuff. We like Grey's Anatomy and The Good Doctor. This is actually a really good game. And then one of the most rare games on the Nintendo Switch, Fragile Dreams. This is actually one of the darkest games Nintendo ever did, I feel like. The themes in this game is very dark. Very good game. And then obviously you gotta have a Mario game. Mario Smash. Like I said, I'm not a big Mario fan, but I do have some Mario games. Let me put all these bad boys back in. They're home. And yeah, I have some more games, but you know. I used to have a huge collection just in a big plastic box, and the list of color everywhere. Fragile Dreams, yeah, Fragile Dreams is actually I made this room so I don't have clutter, so it works out. Fragile Dreams is a very good game. This is going to be like $100, I think, for this game now, $100 to $80. But the themes of this game is real dark. The great use of the controller, the sound, the story. The story is very sad. So if you want to play a game that play with your heartstrings and stuff, this is definitely one of those games. It's a great freaking game on the Nintendo Wii. It's one of those rare titles. Like, you might have to buy this online if you don't have a store that might have it. Because this one you don't see every day. This one you definitely don't. What's the best game in your whole collection? The best game in my whole collection will have to be Shenmue. I love Shenmue. I love the story of Shenmue. I love how it is. This is one of my favorite games. And I don't have just one, but I have multiple favorite games. So, yeah. Like I said, I have a whole bunch of favorite games, and that's definitely one of them. Then they said we go for Pokemon. My favorite Pokemon game is Pokemon Soul Silver. I'm a big fan of Gen 1, Gen 2 Pokemon. Anything after Gen 2 Pokemon, I really care less about. On your PS5, is all CDs or just all CDs as well, or delisted? No, all these are all CDs. I try to collect everything. I don't have a lot of PS5 games because some PS5, I don't know. I don't have a lot. Like, grab a bunch. NATO that I saw that was like pretty cool JRPG. God of War Ragnarok Day 1. Hogwarts Legacy, great Harry Potter game. Gran Turismo 7, great racing game. We enjoy it, but there's no damage mechanics, which kind of wigs me out. Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man Miles Morales. Now, I always say, before you play Spider-Man 2, play Spider-Man Miles Morales. It's a good game, and you get a full evolution on Miles' character. And you actually see him first trying to figure out how to become Spider-Man, and how he's trying to refine himself as Spider-Man in Spider-Man 2. Tales to Arise, great JRPG. Obviously, it's a Tales game. So I'm trying to carry all these and not drop them. Alright, where was I? Okay, hold up. Helldivers, because I'm a super citizen. Callisto Protocol. Hopefully we get a sequel to this game. This is actually a really good game. And then Ghost of Tsushima. Everybody's playing Ghost of Yote. I didn't beat Ghost of Tsushima yet, so I gotta get it. And then also Demon Souls, because I like to roleplay as a victim, apparently, because who doesn't like being beat up all the time? And then one of the newest games I have in my collection, I have Solstice, but Mystery of the Soulless Army. This is actually one of those games that was made by, this is made by Atlas. I knew it was going to be kind of hard to find later, so that's why I tried to get it. I do have the driver's set. I have the whole steering wheel for the PS5 with the foot pedal. I even got the shifter as well. I just keep it in my closet because I don't really have space to have it out all the time. But I do have the shifter and stuff for it. Have you ever found the CDs when you want to play something? I just know what everything is. That's why. Everything's mental. I know what all my games are. I know I can reach here. I know I can grab here. I just know what all my games are. And then also Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy 2 Rebirth. I didn't open Rebirth yet. Then the last two, Pacific Drive. Great freaking games. One of those horror games that you get. It's horror. It's not even horror. It's like a thriller type of game. Like almost you're trapped inside like the Upside Down, the Stranger Things. And then Daymare 1994. I just beat 1998. 1998 was a great freaking game. And if you like the Resident Evil 2 remaster, definitely play Daymare 1998. This was actually supposed to be the remaster of Resident Evil 2, but then Resident Evil 2 official remaster came out, so they changed everything around and made it Daymare. But it has a lot of the same mechanics. Hey guy, how's the life going? I just got home from work. Yo, work is going good. I mean, the life's going good. I'm actually about to wind down and relax a bit, but the live's going good. I finally got able to stream on multiple platforms, which I wanted to do, but I just got to change the name. Right now it says Let's Play freaking, I forgot what game, but I got to figure out to change the title with OBS. But once I figure out to change the title, I'll be good. Some good games on the PS5 and on mainstream games. So, if you want a good game to platinum, I always say Spider-Man 2 is a fun game to platinum. It's not that hard. It's not even that say it's not that hard. It's challenging to platinum. That's a good one to platinum. Next one up, probably to platinum. Let me see. Tales of Arise would be a while. God of War Ragnarok is probably one that you should try to platinum. And that's pretty much it. I don't really go for platinum a lot, but if I do, Days Gone. This is a PS4, but it also has a PS5 release. Days Gone is definitely a good one to platinum. Definitely a fun one to platinum too. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna end this. Well, I'm gonna stay on for a couple minutes. Fuck it, let me stay on for a little bit more. But yeah. So that's and actually the PS4, like I always say, is about to be retro. I know people are like, oh no, it's not. In spring 2026, they actually gonna start shutting down some of the mechanics for the PS4. So as that start shutting down live services and stuff for the PS4, what did I say, boys and girls? PS4 is now retro. Yeah, I do got Deadpool 3, and I did play. It's actually a fun game. It pretty much fits. Like the only missing from this game is Ryan Reynolds' voice as Deadpool. Very fun game. What consoles do I have? I have 15 consoles. I have Sega Genesis, Wii, Super Nintendo, Dreamcast, OG Xbox, Sega Saturn, PS2, Xbox 360, PS3, GameCube, Nintendo Switch, Series X, and PS5. PS4 jet engine when you try to play something. Well, that's also when it's real dirty and there's a lot of heat. You probably got to redo the heat sink. I don't have Delta Force. I do have Conflict Desert Storm, but I don't have Delta Force, which is weird. I thought I had it too. But like I said, the PS4 is about to be retro, guys. So I would say start collecting your Daymares, start collecting your Cold Veins, start collecting your Fists of the North Star. What else you start collecting for? Metal Max Reborn. This is the game you don't see every day, so that price is definitely about to jump up. And also definitely start collecting your Mad Max. So this game is already still hoping there in price. So that's what I would say. Definitely start collecting up. Xbox games you have, pretty sure you get them easy online, most retro. Only some. It all depends. But then again, you gotta be careful when you get online because you don't know if you're gonna get a good product or not. Xbox games. I have tons of Xbox games. I actually can show some of the ones I just got out of a bundle. Half-Life 2, where I just got. Spy Hunter 2, Drake 99 Dragon, and then Serious Sam. That's some of the ones I just picked up over the weekend. On top of that, Dragon's Lair, Returns to the Lair 3D. This is when you actually control the character. It's not like you're just watching a movie and just playing. I do, but not from this. It's mostly from another private collection that I have that I usually do that for. I have a little small collection of stuff that I just don't want anymore, or I have doubles R, and I use that collection to do that for. But yeah, so woo. I don't know why. I guess I need something to drink in here doing this with no fan on. But yeah, so those are the original Xbox. I got tons of more original Xbox. I think I have 100. I might even have 100 something Xbox games. 90 something Xbox 360. No, sorry, 90 Xbox games and like 100 or something 360 games. 100 plus PS3 games. 100 plus PS3 games easily. Altogether, I have 841 games right now. Then I don't count the stuff I do have digitally. I'm going to do some updates in the channel. I may even include some VR titles because I am thinking about getting a VR and integrating VR with my overall channel, my overall look of retro. So we'll see. Where about in us? You from? Sound like you're from California. No, I'm not from California. I'm actually from the East Coast. Yeah, so I'm actually from the East Coast. I may sound like I'm from California because I'm getting tongue twisted, but I'm actually from the East Coast. But yeah, I'm trying to see. But I would say start collecting now for the PS4 because they soon gonna shut down the server. So games like, let me see, games like Code Vein maybe, but no, games like Fist of the North Star, Days Gone, Metal Max Reborn, the more rare titles are gonna go up in price. Start collecting for the PS4, guys. You have a favorite console or controller you play on? Favorite console is Xbox 360, PS3, and OG Xbox. My favorite controller is the Duke. I love this controller. I actually want to get another one. I don't know why, but something about the Duke I love. The Duke will always be my favorite controller. Always be my favorite controller. I wish I could tell you why, but I can't. This is something that I just enjoy, playing with. That's another reason why I also like the weight. So that's why, as well as the backup to the Duke, my other favorite controller is my Elite controller for the Xbox Series X. I love this thing. I love the fact it has weight. I love the fact how it is. Like, this is one of my other favorite controllers to use as well. Steam Deck plays all Mitch's games and new ones. I will do collect games on that as well. So I don't have a Steam Deck. And Steam Deck don't play everything, and it plays the one that it has ports for. Like, I guarantee you, you probably won't find Samurai Western on a Steam Deck. I may be wrong, but you might not find that on the Steam Deck. Or Wild Arms F. Or, like, maybe maybe you might find the Warriors. But, certain games you may not find on the Steam Deck. And I have a gaming computer. Like, my computer also doubles as an editing and gaming computer, so I just play stuff on that. But I am going to integrate VR. Like I said, I am going to get the Oculus 3 and I'm going to integrate VR into my videos. I just got to figure out how I'm going to do that. PS5 Dual Edge, do you have that one? PS5 DualSense Edge? That's a newer PS5 controller. Like, I got these, but I don't have, like, the new DualSense. But, bet you didn't know I have this. Do you know what this is? Probably don't. This is called a Wingman. This allows you to use any Bluetooth controller for the PS2. So I can use my PS5 controller on the PS2, still keep the remote feature with almost 0 to no lag. This is a game changer since I got this for my PS2. So I have a black PS5 controller that I use for my PS2. And I feel like it fits. And like I said, that device is called a Wingman. Brought it a couple years ago. No problems with it whatsoever. Great freaking product. Alright, guys. I'm going to end this live here. But please let me pray for you. So please bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, I pray that everybody under that screen, Lord, be safe. Have a great and wonderful day, Lord. A great, wonderful, safe night. May they wake up tomorrow feeling refreshed and ready to work, Lord. Ready to have a day off. Or ready to enjoy their week. In Jesus' holy and mighty name, name of the Holy Ghost. Amen. Amen, everybody. Thank everybody for coming on my live. Sorry about, still working on the kinks out. So, yes. Sold my PS2 for $2,000 last year. Didn't get it. A low ball. Bro, come on. Like, you've been trolling the whole video. Like, please, you sold a PS2 for $2,000. And you think you got low ball. Yeah, you got low ball. Alright, guys. Later. Be blessed. Let me just...